People who are ready to retire financially have a difficult time taking that next step into retirement because the perspective on how they manage their money must change. Hey everybody, my name's Cade Bekanich with Park Lane Financial Group, and today we're going to discuss how people who are ready to retire financially still tend to have a difficult time transitioning into the next phase of life. Let's get into it. When we talk about retirement, we talk about making a major life change. Changing from working in a career for 20, 25, 30, or even 40 years consistently to doing nothing during your day is a major adjustment. And just because you retire, it doesn't necessarily mean you're doing nothing throughout your day, but it does mean that your schedule's going to change. It means that your obligations are going to change. And it means that you have a heck of a lot more free time to determine what it is that you do with your day rather than just going to the same job that you've worked every single day for decades. So how do we change your mindset from consistency in a profession to having a little bit more flexibility, a little bit more opportunity, and much more potential to enjoy your life? The number one concern I see clients have when they're financially ready to retire but just aren't able to get there emotionally is their concern of how to preserve their capital. You've worked, which generates income. Hopefully you've been able to save in your 401k, IRA, or other savings accounts throughout your career. And oftentimes all you've done was take money from point A to point B and pile it up in that savings account, retirement account, or investment account. Now it's time to actually rely on those savings. So being sure that you can rely on the amount of money that you've saved, as well as preserving that capital and generating an income stream from it, is one of the biggest concerns that I see people have. It's really important to understand where you're at financially, and even though you know you can retire financially, having that strong idea, that sense of reassurance that no matter what you do when you step away today, as long as you continue to be responsible with your finances, things are going to be okay. So even though you're worried about preserving capital and being sure that the amount of money you have is truly enough, you have to trust yourself, trust your advisor, trust the financial plan that you put into place in order to be sure that this next phase of life is comfortable and something that you're able to enjoy. Number two is being sure that your awareness of financial ability to retire translates to your actual financial plan. This means that being aware of the tax consequences of taking money out of your retirement account must be a major consideration, something that stays top of mind when being sure that you're preserving the retirement account that you've saved in order to be sure that it lasts through your retirement. And I didn't forget about that transition from having income to not. So hopefully your income continued to grow throughout your career over time through promotions and just adjusting for cost of living expenses. But an important consideration to take when looking at income and retirement is, how do I take my retirement account, the money that I've been able to save throughout my career, and turn that into a stream of income that you're able to rely on through this entire next phase of life? We want to be sure that you're not overspending, making any outrageous purchases, or putting yourself in a position to where you're abusing and overusing the savings account that you have, which might force you to go back to work. And that management of income, understanding how to use your retirement account, when to take money out, where to take money from in order to minimize taxes, ties in with my last point, and that's debt management. Ensuring that you have little to no debt going into retirement is a major relief. So many people are hesitant to retire and they're afraid to take that next step of life into retirement because they know that the debt might impact their ability to meet the rest of their goals based on the amount of money that they've put away. Whether that be a mortgage, car payments, personal loans, personal student loans, or even student loans that you're responsible for that you've taken out for your children, these are all things to take into consideration and something to be aware of and keep top of mind when you're considering moving into this next phase of life. So that's really understanding your cash flow, understanding where money's coming from, how to minimize taxes during retirement, being responsible with your money, and ensuring that you're not making any decisions that will impact your overall ability to maintain a comfortable retirement, and really just understanding what it takes to take on this next stage of life. So in the grand scheme of things, no matter where you're at professionally, if you're able to retire financially, just remember these three things. One, it's extremely important to understand what your perception of money is and how you view money going into retirement. Two, working with an advisor might not be that bad of an idea. Even if you feel confident in your ability to manage money, having a thorough financial plan and having somebody map out what your next years of income, expenses, and cash flow look like could be the key to having a successful retirement. And number three is simply trust the process. It's a matter of understanding where you're at, where you want to be, and being sure that right now you're in a position to retire from a financial perspective, an emotional perspective, and a mental perspective. Keeping your actions in line with your personal values and what you want to get out of life will help you to make this next transition seamlessly. My name's Cade Bekanich, certified financial planner and owner of Park Lane Financial Group. Thank you guys for watching today. Don't forget to check out other videos on the channel. We'll see you in the next one.